Worcester, it's Tracy Novick. We have a Worcester School Committee meeting on Thursday night, so I wanted to try to jump out early here in the week and give you a bit of a rundown on what's on the agenda. Not surprisingly, of course, there's a number of both items coming back and items going forward around remote learning. There's also the item that we've more or less got as a standing item of an update on how it's going. So you can obviously expect a conversation around that. So if there are things that you think that we should know or talk about, you should please get in touch with us. The report of the superintendent is a little sort of update coming in from the Rundy Center on the technology section of the strategic plan. So that's something that apparently is going to be happening as well. Beyond the sort of usual updates and prior fiscal payments and donations, there is also a list of the teachers who are being hired for the school year. You might want to take a look at that if it's of interest. And then there's a couple of things that we have going forward that bear both on things like COVID, like asking for an update on Chromebook and technology distribution, the public health data that is not being broken down by subset for those who are under 19 from the state. That's something that I'm asking that we ask to have done. I actually had shared earlier this week about the national dashboard that the American Association of School Superintendents has put together, asking that the state participate in that. And then also looking at our student enrollment. We actually meet on October 1st, which is when student enrollment is sort of essentially kind of called for the state. There have been some national reports that enrollment has been down of kindergarten and preschool, and obviously we would need to know that among other reasons because it impacts our budget for next year. So if that's the case, then we need to be starting to plan now. A couple of items coming in from others. Ms. McCullough has an item sort of cross-posted from Councilor Rose's City Council item around civil service exam study groups. Mrs. Clancy is making sure that we're actually having site council meetings even though we're going remotely, and also for continuing the advocacy that she's been doing around IEPs and so forth, the asking for an update on the spring IEP meetings that need to be rescheduled. The other thing that's on here, really two things that are on here that may be of more general interest as well. We, as you know, canceled our administration of the SAT in the spring. All of our juniors would have taken it in the spring. They did not take it, which means that presumably most of our students have not taken the SAT. The SAT College Board had offered us an opportunity to offer it in October. The administration is recommending that we not do that. Obviously, this is very heated and of grave concern in a couple of different kinds of ways. I know of, obviously there are lots and lots of reasons not to do it. We are being given a list of the test optional schools. Test optional and test blind don't mean the same thing. And obviously there are students who presumably would want to take it anyway. So that is Thursday. If you have an opinion about it, please get in touch with us. They're not related to that. I also have on here, some of you may have seen, there was a front page cover story in the Telegram of the Citizens for Juvenile Justice and Strategy for Youth report called FAIL, School Policing for Massachusetts, which used state data around that. I have that item on here, hoping to send it to subcommittee and actually have the report writers come in and actually talk us through the conclusions in there. And the other thing which sort of was in parallel, it came out at the same time, was there was a report from WBUR, I think the end of the week before last, which actually took a look at the first year of school arrest data. 2018-19 was the first year that was supposed to be going into the state, and part of what they found was that, among other things, what they refer to as the big three, Boston, Worcester, and Springfield, all had 0 arrests reported, which of course is not actually the case. And so something's going glitchy with how the reporting's going, and I want to make sure we've got that cleaned up, both for our own sake, but also for our state reporting sake. In addition to that, We are starting at 5 with an executive session. This will include the work that we've been doing around, unfortunately, the cafeteria workers needing to be laid off. So, just noting that that's on there. The other thing I do want to flag, by the way, is that this meeting is starting an hour earlier than usual. So our executive session starts at 5. Our regular public session starts at 6. So if you're looking to either participate or watch, please know that it doesn't start at 7 like it usually would. As always, if there's anything that I should know or you have any questions, please get in touch. And as we jump into the second full week of back to school, best wishes to all of our students and all of our teachers and all of our parents. Thank you for all the work you're doing, and please keep us in touch on how it's going. Thanks.